This is Joseph Ty Page, aka Ty Dgame of Dmonarchy, beholden to no one. American monarchy now's the time, and boycott Steve Harvey because character shouldn't matter. The best in talk, period. Now it's May 1st, and at exactly 10:45 a.m. this morning, a verdict came down. Charges will be filed against the 6 officers involved in the death of Freddie Gray, a very attractive and very smart district attorney of Maryland. Came in front of the mics and cameras to charge, and she will be prosecuting herself, Marilyn Mosby. She's married to a city councilman, I believe, out there as well. But she, in an artistic and strong delivery, spelled out exactly what the charges will be brought forth against those 6 police officers. And there's a lot to read into this because it's I'm just finding out watching Shepard Smith, the only honest journalist and reporter on Fox News, that the officer that ignited all this from the start because of a glance of Freddie Gray, they looked eye to eye. That's what started this whole thing. That's what led to his death. Is found now to have mental problems. Okay. I just had a conversation with a friend of mine I grew up with in Brooklyn, New York, yesterday over the phone, and we talked about this, and we were bringing up tests that people take to get in the military and police and the police official, being a police officer in this country, and I just told him flat out, tests don't mean jack. Okay, you being smart doesn't mean you are able to do any job if you don't have basic common sense or if you don't have the mental stability to do the job. And this proves it. I mean, there needs to be a character. And I talk about this when it comes to talk radio and entertainment, period. I mean, talk radio has the most devious individuals in it as well, and they only get into it because they have a name at first. But there's not a test to make you a great police officer. Because you're smart, that doesn't mean you're evil. Okay? I mean, there are plenty of people in the military. Wearing a uniform doesn't mean you have honor. Okay? Wearing a badge doesn't make you a good cop. Okay? There are plenty of good cops out there that turn the other way when they see a fellow officer do something illegal. And this is called the blue wall of silence, which is really the problem in this country. It ain't always racism is an element of it, but the real element, the real main problem is something called the blue wall of silence. It's the same thing the mob had. Okay, it's the same code they have in prison. Okay, it's a gang mentality. And how many rape allegations have come forth in the military here in the United States against the Air Force Academy? Okay, I mean, tests don't mean jack, and wearing a uniform doesn't mean jack. Okay, it's all about character and integrity. Now, the true indictment of this system, of this nation, is not that charges were brought forth on these 6 officers. The fact that it's being celebrated. And I understand the African American community and all minority communities, and I appreciate all the non-blacks and Hispanics out there, the Caucasians who are understanding what's going on in this country. I understand the celebration because they don't see this too often. But looking at the media, specifically Fox News, and watching them try to maneuver and make excuses, and now the police unions are not wanting Marilyn Mosby to prosecute this case because they can't complain about it. She comes from a family of police officers. Okay, she's a younger version of Loretta Lynch, which shows you why conservatives are nervous about this, because a smart, beautiful, articulate person, African American, has come forth and she presented herself fabulously. So Now that makes them nervous. But the maneuvering and the fact that they're trying to make excuses, that the charges came forward quick, and reading into her, something like Bill O'Reilly did with the famous mother of the year that beat the hell out of her kid deservingly, is bringing forth that she's a single mother of 6 kids now. That doesn't matter. What matters what she did, and did she do the right thing? Yeah, Bill O'Reilly, she did the right thing. She whipped her kid's ass. He deserved it, and she did it. You know, Marilyn Mosby did the right thing, and she has a strong background, and that makes them nervous. This makes the enablers of dirty, corrupt, racist police officers and politicians nervous, because they should thank her. They should really thank her, and this is my personal opinion as an African American male in this country, proud to be an African American male in this country. They should thank her because it was getting this close to chaos. See, understand, change doesn't come in this country without revolution. History has proved that over and over again. When people get pushed too far, the underdogs, the people whose backs have been pushed to the wall, when they reach a boiling point, once they finally understand that things don't change unless the people that live in a bubble on top of that hill in gated communities, and yes, part of white privilege in this country, until they feel the same pain, the same anguish, when they start worrying about themselves and their family members' safety, that's the only way they're going to give a damn. The stupidity of people rioting and looting and burning down their own neighborhoods and communities is just something that has no defense. It's stupid. And when they finally realize it, and I'm not advocating this, I'm just letting you know that this is what reality is. Okay, the people on the stage of the news and journalism and media are not going to say this. Okay, that's why they all need to be drained and removed completely. Change comes when people who make the laws and supposed to deliver equal justice for everybody, doesn't matter what side society they live in, doesn't matter what side of the railroad tracks they live on, doesn't matter if they're black, white, it doesn't matter what's in their bank accounts, it doesn't matter where they work. Equal justice is all what people want, especially minorities and African Americans in this country. That's all they ever asked for. I listened to something Tupac said in either Tupac Resurrection or Tupac Assassination. I forget which one, but he did in an interview. He said we asked the first time talking to African Americans in this country. We asked another time, and he told the reporter, he asked a question: how long do you think we're gonna keep asking? Okay, we don't or not we're not supposed to burn down our own communities. Okay, things don't change until people at the top, people with the power, until they feel pain. That's when change comes, and that's sad, but that's reality. Okay, so again, people in those gated communities and people on the conservative side of the aisle and media need to send Mosby a thank you note, because it's close, this close. Trust me. So I thank her, and that's all that people who actually watch and I got less than 30 seconds to say, my mother and my family, I watched TV all my life. They made sure I watched 1 hour of news tonight, so I knew exactly what was going on in the world. That's why I am who I am today. I pay attention, and that's the most dangerous African American you can be to these people. Okay, I've been watching the coverage. Please, parents, African American minority parents, have your kids watch an hour of news a day, please. It's sad listening to who they picked to make comments about what's going on out in the country. You need to pay attention. Turn the channel, and I say this to ignorant ass conservatives as well. You got to turn the channel. You can't watch Fox News 24/7. You need to learn something once in a while. Turn the channel from BET, from 106 in Park, from reality garbage. Turn the channel and watch any news channel. But it's kind of like when you buy guns, always make sure you have one revolver. If you watch Fox News, make sure you turn the channel once in a while to CNN or MSNBC, please. Then you get to learn something as you go along. So that's just it for this segment. Again, thank you, Marilyn Mosby, for doing your job and presenting yourself very well. Thank you very much. From this African American, I thank you. This is Joseph Ty Page, aka Ty Dgame, the best in talk radio. I'm still trying to get to that stage, so you better watch out.